I received a question from Les Moody, and it's something that, you know, is relevant to a lot of my fishing, and that's fishing braid direct. Do I use a 2-foot or a shock leader of line, or do I use a power gum link? And the answer is simple. I love fishing braid direct. It offers me so many advantages. I can see more liners. I feel like I empty the feeder on the spot a lot more because there's zero stretch, and obviously bite indication at range is second to none. As far as a line sort of shock leader or anything, I tend not to use that. I want to have, you know, the indication and that of braid direct and the advantages it gives me. So for me, a line shock leader is a no-no. Also, casting direct off of braid, you'll cast further and you'll definitely cast more accurate. The one thing I do tend to do, and you did mention it in your question, is a small link of power gum. I use the 8-pound ends on. It's absolutely fantastic. It never lets me down, and it just offers me that little bit of security, that little bit of stretch if I hook a bigger fish or a harder fighting fish. But also, the one thing I love about using a small length, around about 4 to 5 inches is the ideal length. Anything longer will tangle, anything shorter and you don't really get enough stretch. So that's what I've come up with. But the one thing that people overlook when using power gum incorporated into your feeder rig, and it's the biggest advantage if people ask me, and that is when a fish tightens up to it, that power gum is immediately pulling back, and it can quite often set that hook on the first little registration you get on your tip off of that fish. That power gum's pulling back and it's going to set the hook. So that's the main advantage. Absolutely fantastic question, mate. Absolutely love it because it's relevant to a lot of my fishing at like Bow Beach and at Old Berry Hill lakes, where, you know, I catch a lot of bream and a lot of fish, and your rig has to be perfect. And braid direct with a small length, 4 to 5 inches of ends on power gum, is the ultimate setup as far as I'm concerned.